My name is Garrett Clark. I grew up in Kansas City, Kansas, lived in the same house my entire life. People know me through Instagram, YouTube, social media, trick shots, golf course vlogs. They know me as GM Golf. So how I got into golf is actually a really cool story, and not many people know this, but it's really fun to share it when I get a chance to do it. So back in the day, age 13, I had played baseball, I had played soccer, and leading up to golf, I never liked the sport. I thought it wasn't a sport. I kind of made fun of people around me who played it. I was like, that's stupid. And my neighbors one day convinced me to go to a par 3 course. It was a 6-hole par 3 course, which now I actually film a lot of my YouTube videos at, which is kind of cool. We get out there and play the first 5 holes, and I'm shanking it, I'm mad, but I'm tied with one of my neighbors. We go into the last hole, and we play the last hole. We have about 5 witnesses there. It's 85 yards. I get up there with a 7-iron, knock it up there, make par. He makes par. We tie, and we're like, okay, we need to go into a playoff hole, but where do we go? He's like, let's just go back to the tee box. We walk back to the tee box. He's hitting pitching wedge. I'm 13, first time playing, hitting 7-iron from like 85 yards. And I hit it up there. It bounces off the lip of the bunker, kicks left, goes in the hole. First time I ever played golf, I made a hole-in-one, which not many people can even say they've made a hole-in-one in their lifetime. And when that ball went in, everyone was going crazy. They were tackling me, screaming, yelling. I wasn't sure what actually just happened. All I knew is that I thought it was all skill. That's what I thought. And so from then on, I was like, this is a motivator to get back into the sport because that was fun. And that's what kept me around the game of golf. And after that, I honestly just genuinely started to love the game. What do I think the future of golf looks like for me? Right now, I'm in a really cool position, being able to do 2 things that I genuinely love doing. At the age of 9, I started making videos around the house, and that was just on random stuff. Whatever we could find, I would pick up a camera and just start filming, and then I would go into iMovie and start editing the videos. And I was not very good, but I genuinely enjoyed that. So before the game of golf, I started to love making videos. And carrying it into YouTube, I've been able to do both. Make videos and enjoy the game of golf. So my future, my short-term future, is just to keep doing what I'm doing, making golf YouTube videos, doing trick shots on Instagram, staying creative, and just continue to do that. Maybe one day, if I get good enough or have the time to maybe pursue the PGA Tour, I don't know, 6 years down the road, that would be a really fun thing to do. I think there's a lot of things that go into my videos as far as like me wanting to, one, like inspire people. I want people to know that you can do this. You can go out and make YouTube an actual thing. And genuinely, when I'm on camera and being happy out there on the golf course, people can see that. And I think that's just entertaining for them. And as long as I can kind of be a light to people, be a positive influence on their life with golf or just in general through my videos, that's the biggest thing. Also, I've gotten a lot of DMs where people say my videos inspire them to get better at the game of golf. That's a huge one for me too, because just the fact that they're watching the videos and they get that out of those videos means so much to me. And that's what it's all about. If I can do what I love doing and entertain people at the same time, that's what I want. One of the things that I've always told people when they say they want to get into YouTube, the first thing I say is, do you want to get into YouTube because you want to be famous and make money? And if the answer is yes, then I would tell them not to. But if you want to get into YouTube because you like making videos and you want to, one, inspire people and entertain people and have fun, and this is what you think you would love doing, then yes, get into YouTube, because you have to know what you're getting yourself into. And the first thing I would say is, it's not just hold up a camera, film, upload, be famous, like do all that. It's a lot more behind the scenes. And the reason I got into YouTube in the first place was because I just enjoyed making videos. And the fact that it led to a bigger audience in the golf world is a huge blessing to me, and I'm very thankful for that. But that's the main thing. I think you gotta know where your inspiration's coming from, or where your drive is coming from. And yeah, it is like the #1 sought after job nowadays for teenagers, because they kind of see this lifestyle with a bunch of other YouTubers and they're like, I want that. But in reality, it's like, you gotta know what you're getting into. And there is a lot of work that goes on behind the scenes with editing and stuff like that. You gotta know what you're doing, but it's just like anything. The more you get into it, the more you'll learn. And if you love doing it, then I'm sure you can make it work. Yeah, did trick shots help my game? That's actually a really good question. And it's one that I actually really don't know. I mean, if anything, I feel like the juggling and the doing the trick shots may or may not have made me a little more handsy through impact, which could or could not have affected my game in maybe even a bad way. I honestly don't really know. I think trick shots are good for feel around the green. A lot of my viewers know that my short game and putting and chipping mainly is spot on, and that's where I feel like I can really dial it in and get up and down from just about anywhere. I'm really confident with my short game, and that is 100% due to trick shots. But as far as the rest of my game, I don't really think it's affected it in a good or bad way. I think it's just kind of there. I think what motivates me the most about YouTube is waking up every morning, and when I wake up, I can tell myself I love doing what I'm doing. And I love getting up, going and looking at the computer, checking the YouTube numbers, going and editing, filming, and every day knowing that I love doing that and I love entertaining and making people happy with the content. I think that's the biggest motivator, because if you don't love what you're doing, it's really hard to be motivated. And even like sometimes one of the things that I've noticed is there is burnout in everything in life, and sometimes it's really hard to be motivated through certain patches. And even in YouTube with me, I've been in it for consistently over a year, but I've noticed that there have been some times where I feel a little burnt out and I feel a little less motivated, but still being able to tell yourself that you love it and stay driven, I feel like that was the key to kind of get through those times of like the lack of motivation. But I mean, that just happens with everything. Even if you love a sport, you still get burnt out. So I think the main thing is just I can constantly tell myself I love doing this, I love golf, I love filming, and that just motivates me to keep going. How can people best support me in 2020? I think it's really simple. If you watch my videos, you like, comment, that's all I want. And honestly, that's the biggest thing. If you enjoy the videos and you want to watch them, then don't be scared to engage with the videos, comment, like. I love reading comments. I love going through and seeing the positive and the negative, because negative comments show me things that I may or may not need to work on and improve on, and that's really good to grow in the YouTube games.